Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Does it ever feel like stress and anxiety are running your life? Like they're constantly draining your energy, stealing your focus, and dimming your happiness? It's a feeling many of us know all too well, but I want you to know that you're not stuck. Today, we're going to explore 7 powerful, practical ways to calm your mind, take back control, and find that sense of peace you deserve. Let's get started. The very first step, and maybe the most important one, is to simply acknowledge and accept your feelings. So often, our first instinct is to fight against anxiety, to push it away, or to pretend it isn't there. But this resistance only gives it more power. Instead, try saying to yourself, okay, I'm feeling anxious right now, and that's all right. This isn't about giving in. It's about giving yourself permission to be human. By acknowledging the emotion without judgment, you take away its power to control you. Acceptance is the true foundation for healing. It's where you stop fighting a war against yourself and start building a bridge toward peace. Next, let's talk about your breath. When anxiety spikes, what happens? Your heart races, your muscles tense up, and your breathing becomes quick and shallow. This is your body's fight or flight response kicking in. But here's the good news. You can consciously reverse this process with deep breathing. It's incredibly simple but profoundly effective. Try the box breathing technique with me. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Now, hold your breath for a count of 4. Then, gently exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. And finally, hold again for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle a few times. This simple act sends a signal to your brain that you're safe, helping to reset your nervous system and bring a wave of calm over your body. It's a tool you can use anytime, anywhere. The third strategy is to shift your focus with mindfulness. Anxiety thrives on what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, constantly pulling your mind into a future that hasn't happened yet. The antidote to this is to ground yourself firmly in the present moment. Peace lives in the now. Take a second and engage your senses. What are 5 things you can see right now? Notice their colors, their shapes. What are 4 things you can feel? The texture of your clothes, the chair beneath you. What are 3 things you can hear? The hum of a fan, distant traffic. 2 things you can smell? And 1 thing you can taste? This simple exercise yanks your attention out of the chaotic future and plants it in the solid reality of the present, where you are safe. Now for a crucial one. Limit your negative inputs. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant in it will grow. If you're constantly consuming stressful news, scrolling through triggering social media feeds, or spending time with people who drain your energy, you're planting seeds of anxiety. It's not about being uninformed. It's about being intentional. Set boundaries. Maybe that means unfollowing certain accounts, limiting your news intake to once a day, or politely declining invitations from people who leave you feeling drained. You have every right to protect your peace. Your mind is a sacred space. Be the gatekeeper who decides what gets to enter. Strategy number 5 is simple. Move your body. We often think of exercise as something for our physical health, but its impact on our mental health is just as powerful. When you move, your brain releases endorphins, which are essentially nature's own feel-good chemicals. They act as natural stress relievers and mood elevators. You don't have to run a marathon to get these benefits. A brisk 20-minute walk outside, a short dance session in your living room, or some gentle stretching can do wonders. It helps clear the mental fog, release pent-up tension, and shift your perspective. When you feel overwhelmed, sometimes the best thing you can do is just get up and move. Our 6th point is to strengthen your spiritual life, whatever that may look like for you. This doesn't necessarily mean religion, though it certainly can. It's about connecting to something greater than yourself. This could be through prayer, meditation, spending time in nature, or even quiet reflection with a journal. This connection helps foster a sense of trust that even when things feel chaotic and out of control, there's a deeper purpose and guidance available. It reminds you that you're part of a much bigger picture, which can make your individual worries feel a little smaller and more manageable. It's about finding an anchor in the storm. And finally, number 7, talk about it. Anxiety loves to isolate us. It whispers lies that we're the only ones feeling this way and that nobody would understand. As its biggest trick. The truth is, sharing your feelings with someone you trust, a friend, a family member, a therapist, can be incredibly healing. The simple act of speaking your worries out loud often robs them of their power. When they're just swirling in your head, they feel huge and insurmountable. But when you voice them, you expose them to the light of day, and they often shrink. You realize you're not alone, and that shared burden is always a lighter one. Remember, finding peace isn't about creating a life free from stress that's impossible. It's about developing the ability to remain calm and centered in the middle of it. These 7 strategies are your toolkit. You don't have to master them all at once. Start small. Pick one that resonates with you and practice it consistently. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Healing is a journey, not a race. It unfolds day by day, one breath at a time. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on living a more peaceful and intentional life. I'd love to hear in the comments which strategy you're going to try first. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.